and start planting. And that's why I'll tell you, this is how you plant your seed. Go ahead.
Diligently unto my commandment, which I command you this day,
Mm-hmm.
to love the Lord your God, and to give you the rain of your land in his due season.
He said, and then when we get back to doing this, he said, in due season, we're going to get the kingdom. In due season, you ain't got to worry about them problems you keep going through. In due season. But at the same time, a lot of times in this, true thinking, oh, I'll stop eating pork. And you thinking your life finna be, no. Growth takes time. And like I know, like a lot of you women, when y'all have a child, it ain't just you got to go through some pains and kicks and whatever they be doing in there. I don't even know the feeling, but if y'all know, it takes development. We don't know nothing about that. None of us, man, we couldn't even fathom that. But that's something y'all should be able to. Something pinching y'all, just messing with you. But you're going through it, and y'all feeling these things. But at the same time, like the brother was bringing out, the end result of that thing, hey, because a lot, boy, it would probably be nobody be here for men. Yeah. So now you put a baby in you, see how strong you are. Nah, I can tell you right now, I don't want it. I'd rather go to the gym and let a weight fall on my head before I have a child.
And just imagine how Rebecca was when she had 2 nations in her womb that was fighting.
Mm-hmm.
2 people, 2 babies that was fighting in her womb, man.
Bad she had to get up and go, hey, hold on, I gotta go tell some man, hold on, this ain't supposed to be. And so the end result. We gotta go through these pains.
No, I was just saying, because just like I was saying, like she was, like Rebecca was saying, she said, this is so much a blessing, Lord. Why am I dust?
Mm-hmm.
Why this hurt so bad? You know what I mean? Because it wasn't the part that she had to go through is what, like, I was going through the end result of it.
Yeah, that's like, man, when I had my child, man, my wife at the time I think she hated God at the moment. But you know what I'm saying? But after, as soon as it was over, she would like it, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, the end result, you'll go through some hard times, but that ain't the point. The fact of the matter is, sow your seed. Allow the Most High to water your seed. Therefore, your seed can grow. You got to tend to the dirt too. Now, you got to tend to the ground. You can't just sit around, do nothing. Because he's in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I bring this go back to the law, statutes, commandment, and I water the rest of it.
That's right.
That's the thing about it. But we worried about everything else. Before instead of the seed, look, let me plant this seed. Mm-hmm. Let the Most High water and nourish this seed. And then we can grow.
Let me get a precept real. Give me a 2 Ezra chapter 3 and verse 20. When you get the option, y'all read. When you get the option, y'all read it up.
2 Ezra 3 and 20. And yet tookest thou not away from them a wicked heart.
So guess what? He didn't take a wicked way a heart. Ezra is running down the history when we came to the covenant that he gave Abraham. Read on up.
That thy law might bring forth fruit in them.
Read that again up.
That thy law might bring forth fruit in them.
That thy law, your fruit starting to grow. That's where you'll start to see the growth of your fruit by applying God's laws. Like you say, it's all similar to going back to God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
Mm-hmm.
All of this.
Also got similitude and allegories comparing it to y'all, our people, us.
Matter of fact, we don't got to touch on this. Give me Job chapter 11, verse 6. Because I know a lot of times, even when we read scripture, Job was letting us know some things too. And I know we done brought this out before, so we're going to bring it out again.
Sure.
The book of Job, chapter 11, verse 6.
Job 11.
Letting us know it's a secret to wisdom, to the wisdom of this Bible. Read on up.
That they are double to that which is.
That they are double to that which is. So that scripture is letting you know that some scriptures, a lot of scriptures have double meanings.
Double meaning, yeah.
It could be going into all wicked people get it. So only the elect, only the chosen, only the ones that's diligent to his law gonna be able to understand the parables and similitudes. Go ahead,
all praise. We can go back to Deuteronomy. I think.
That thou mayest gather in thy corn, and thy wine, and thine oil. And I will send grass in thy field for thy cattle, that thou mayest eat and be full. Take heed to yourself, that your heart be not deceived, and ye turn aside.
Understand, all these philosophies out here, all the stuff we were learning, they wasn't doing that. Those were just weeds, man. And sometimes you got to get in your garden, man, and pick out your weeds as your garden growing. Otherwise, them weeds gonna suffocate you on your plant, and you're not gonna yield any fruit. So we got to get away from all of these philosophies, especially, boy, Facebook, man. I don't know what to do with that thing, man. That's why, man, you gotta have this foundation. People see dirt and thinking, okay, I can just throw a seed in there. That dirt might be full of sewage. It might be contaminated. So you got to find yourself a good ground, good soil to, Lord, you should have checked your ground before you put it there.
Different people, in our everyday life, you're like, dang, man, I should have, man, broke that brother off, man. I should have gave that brother the word. No, that might not be the seed that you need to gave the plant.
You said in due season.
In due season.
In due season. That don't mean running out there chucking your seed to everybody. Because everybody ain't fast for that, man. Just so, man, a lot of times you see it coming before it get there. Brother get to talking, you already know. Sisters especially, y'all. Brothers get to run their mouth, you know. Let's go. Where we stopped at?
16 and 17.
Finish 16, then this is 16. Let's read that again.
16. Take heed to yourself, that your heart be not deceived, and you turn aside to serve other gods and worship them.
No, boy, we can't, man. People, philosophies, Caesar Borgia, Buddha, Hindu, them are all other gods. Money, Negroes, women, them are all other gods. Quit worshiping that. That's what I said, man. Take care of that seed that you got that the Most High gave you. All worrying about a man sometimes. Just to take care of the Most High business. He'll bring the man to you. And men quit worrying about, I got to how to find it. Man, take care of your garden. And the fruit and the fruit stem, man, it ain't nothing but a stem right now. You'll be wondering why you ain't got nothing. Why you ain't getting what the Most High. You eating the fruit before it even grow. Leaf pop up out the ground, we pluck it out and eat it. Man, let it mature.
Matter of fact, let's go ahead. Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 6. I like how I said that because Paul's saying the same thing. We got to wait for the increase first. Like I was going into, make sure that you on a good foundation. Take your time, like we say, because nothing grows overnight. Especially yourselves. We constantly want to be growing in this truth. Like we always say, be the growing up, man.
If they grow overnight, that's sorcery. Jack and the beanstalk.
For real. Read that, huh? 1 Corinthians 3 and 6. I have planted, Apollos watered.
So Paul is saying he had planted. See brothers out there teaching, may see them go down to another camp. They may water, but let's see who gives the increase. Read on up.
But God gave the increase.
But the Most High is the one that increases you in the understanding. Read on up.
So then neither is he that planted anything.
Read that again.
So then neither is he that planted anything, neither he that watered, but God that giveth the increase.
But guess what? We know the process that all the glory belongs to us. It always goes to the Most High God.
That's what I said. That seed ain't gonna do nothing if the Most High ain't got it. It ain't gonna back it up. Might as well go on here and flush down the toilet bowl because it ain't gonna do nothing.
Read verse 8, God.
Verse 8. Now he that planted and he that watered are one.
On one accord with doing the work of the Most High.
To his own labor.
So depending on how you till your ground, depends on the
yeah,
time.
man. Don't be talking about now. I'm gonna leave that little grass right there. No, you want to keep cleaning your garden, making sure everything is in line. You want to make sure the rows is straight. And after the rain, you want to make sure the mounds of the rows are still built back up. So make sure you always got to keep an eye on your garden. People thinking that's all they do. I got a green thumb. And they throw a piece of a seed in the ground and it grows and swear them down. They just did the thing. Yeah, you know, I walk by it every day. So,
and and just like, you know, we always want to bring it up to today. Because guess what? The weeds in that garden could be brother slothful in the truth. Them weeds in that ground could be not want to keep all the commandments. I want to do them commandments, but I don't want to do all of them. So it's always the similitude to the things that we deal with in our life. So we got to constantly check our spirit, because you know the problem. So guess what? Apply it through the scriptures and apply it in your life. Go ahead.
And that's like like you said, every day you want to check your garden. You want to go out and make sure everything's all right. And we were talking about that the other day. You got to do this. Check yourself daily. That's checking your spirit at all the time. You always got to check your spirit, because I know how I am. I can get out the spirit, boy. I'll be right there in jail. But got to check that thing. Making sure that like I said, like brother was talking about last week, I fight. I love fighting. I don't mind fighting just to be having fun. We can have, we bust each other up and still be like, all right, man, that was a good fight. That's how I like it. But I'm saying, I know I have to check my spirit. I always make like, hold on, let me think about this. Don't think I don't be thinking what I believe me. Especially when the people coming, go in them streets. They'll make you gonna check your spirit, or the police wait there. They waiting for you to do something too.
Right.
They sitting right there. Yeah, that can't, and they can't stand me anyway. They can't wait for me to hit somebody.
It's just
Galatians 6. You got Galatians?
No, you want to put it
Galatians 6, verse 7. So like Ben and I said, man, you got to make sure you work and water that thing. You got to nurture. And like you said, that seed is going into this word, Galatians 6. Evilness, and you out here pushing that evilness on people, guess what? When that time comes for that kingdom to come, you get that door and you say, nah, brother. Well, you know, the guy, you that's what you sowed. I'm gonna read on. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. So you keep wanting to sow that worldly lust on you. You want to keep doing those things, but guess what? That's what you're gonna get.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it.
But he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting. Like we also know, we always know, we got a war every day between our spirit and our flesh every day. So you want to try to make sure that spirit win. That way, that spirit win is what you bring out of your mouth, what you let people know, your actions. Then your light shine upon, and that's how you let the spirit show. Well, my actions fringes on. You let the spirit win.
Oh, praise.
And then the last scripture, verse 9, and let us not be weary in well doing. For
yeah, and notice you said if we not faint.
I mean, you got to stay on the course.
I'm tired. It's hot out here. I need the air conditioning. And that's what we got to do. We got to not let all this other stuff up. And then when that food grows, you be the first one in line trying to get something to eat. But you ain't want to tell to it. You want to go eat that. What brought that out? Because this next one right here, go to Job 4:8, saying the same thing.
And as we flip to Job 4:8, just want to put this on brothers and sisters. And this scriptures be like, dang, brother, that scripture right there. I ain't gonna lie. At the class, we talked to a couple bros, a couple sisters. Man, them scripture be cutting. Man, scripture be cutting me. Guess what? It cut all us too.
That's right.
These scripture cut everybody. Look, we can be at camp, and guess what? We walk in the car, and that brother might pull a scripture. You like, oh, dang, that might be pertaining to you. Because guess what? It's for everybody. It's not just. Go ahead.
That brother brought out a class the other day, man, and I don't even know I'm here. I was so cut up after that class, man. I was talking about saying that, man. Let me think. Like I needed to get up and go tend to my garden.
That's right.
Go to Job 4:8.
The book of Job, chapter 4, verse 8. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
What the brother was just talking about. If you finna go out there and then a lot of time we forget what we planted. Then be wondering where this come from. You remember when you sowed that? Yeah, it grew. It grew. It was growing. Your homeboys was watering when you wasn't paying attention. And replant. That means repent. Y'all understand that one, huh? Take your time going through here. Don't rush through all this word. But that's all I needed on that one. But that's the same thing that brother Paul was talking about in Galatians. I know they be like, man, they always in that Old Testament. Yeah, we're going to go to the New Testament, but you got to understand all this Old Testament stuff before we can even think about it. Imagine what they're talking about in the New Testament. Go ahead.
Leviticus 26:16. I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, the eyes, and cause sorrow of heart. And ye shall sow your seed in vain.
Most High gave us seed. What is it? He done gave us seed a long time ago. And all we've been doing is sowing it all up and say, look, this time I'm giving y'all some grace. Get your stuff right. Go fix that garden. Go clean up. Go get your house. He's telling us, man, look, look, and then we should be learning from our past anyway. About our ancestors. You ain't never learned the history when our ancestors was just doing good. Because we didn't even know we was I don't know what was going on in Africa or where we came from. We wasn't doing good, and we came over here in shackles. We ain't never had no good time in America. But now the Most High said, okay, all right, here is seed. Let me see what you do with it this time. Wake you up, and this time I'm gonna give you grace. I'm gonna give you time to sow. I'm gonna give you time to clean up your garden. I'm gonna give you time to get yourself right. And that time is now. Clean up our garden, Israel. All of us. Let's clean up. Your enemy is watching. Your enemy is watching. Turn your back on your garden, and he gonna have them scissors. And you're gonna come back and like, I know I just had that was growing yesterday. And he cut it off.
I'm glad I said that because it just made me think of something. Y'all know that song? I don't know who sang. I know y'all do. Sweep around your own front yard before you try to sweep around mine. Because you want to get yourself together first before you go out there and be trying to rebuke brothers and sisters, man. That's right. Clean up your garden first, man. Because if you go outside of that order, who's the Williams brothers, man? Because like you said, when you go outside that order, man, it doesn't work. You end up getting cut yourself, man. They be looking where you ain't doing that. How you gonna be trying to teach me? And then that can stir people even farther from the truth, man. So make sure that y'all are all
dirty bro self-claim. Let's go back. Where we at?
Leviticus 26 and 17. The book of Psalms, chapter 107, verse 31. Oh, that men would praise the Lord for his goodness and for his wonderful works, to the children of men. Let them exalt him also in the congregation of the people, and praise him in the assembly of the elders.
That's one thing I see. That's how you, man, that's nourishing. When you're giving the Most High praise and honor, that I got something, I know that I won't eat right now, but I'm going to eat in a minute. We should be having in our mouth all the time, especially you Israelites that's in the truth. Man, we didn't even know who we were. Think about that. That's praise, man. Man, thank you, man. Hey, I was gonna die just thinking I was a nigga. Man, pastor was gonna lie at your funeral. Oh, he was great. Man, you know, I was a nigga. I wasn't great. But that's what he gonna tell him, though. He gonna tell him. And we were gonna be cool with that. That's why we love seeing it every time we go to funeral. We knew, oh, shoot. Oh, that's cool. I'm good. I'm good. Because that nigga wrote this. You can't get right. You know what I'm saying? So, but he would.
Verse 32, let them exalt him also in the congregation of the people and praise him in the assembly of the elders. He turneth rivers into a wilderness and the water springs into dry ground, a fruitful land into barrenness, for the wickedness of them that dwell therein. He turneth the wilderness into a standing water, and dry ground into water springs. And there he maketh the hungry to dwell, that they may prepare a city for a habitation.
So I can turn that dry ground with water, springs going into it. Oh, I can dry that ground up where ain't nothing finna get to happen. They give you instructions. That's like when you go to the store, they give you a package of seeds in there. And on the back of that package, it's instructions on how to plant and how to grow this.
That's right.
The Most High gave us seed, and he gave us instructions on how to plant and how to grow it. But you know, like they say sometimes when it comes to us black folks.
And that's also. He turneth the wilderness into standing water and dry ground into water springs. So guess what, man? With all the Most High power and knowledge, he can literally give them water in the wilderness.
Yep. In the desert where it ain't supposed to even be none. That's like over there when they was talking about in what is that? The Ethiopians, when they was having all that room, you know, and everybody gave them wheat. Everybody should sit there and think like, man, you mean to tell me can't nobody get no water to go over there? I'll like dig a hole or something and just let it run that way or something. But the Most High said, no, they can't do it because I want to allow them to. But I can right now, for some odd reason, where them kids that they had them big stomachs on TV all the time? Yeah. What, that We Are the World was enough money? Everybody fed? No. Because the Most High had the control of that whole thing anyway. When they do, I can make them stop making hurt. I need to make them hurt. And I have mercy when I want to have mercy on them. But like like right now, you don't hear them Ethiopians, they crying about no water over there. They don't need no wheat. You know, they got food and stuff growing over there. Didn't have that. The ones he said, I care for y'all. I care for y'all. So just do as I say. That's all he asked. Just do what I tell you to do. That's it. Just like a parent asks the children. That's all the parent wants. Just do what I say. We won't have no problems here. If you don't, we got problems.
Because just like I was going to, there's like a parent to show you something, going to show a child two ways. He's going to show you something about, I'm telling you, and I'm going to show you something about, I'm going to show you something about, I'm asking you, and I'm going to show you something about, I'm telling you. See, because sometimes when people getting things confused, people get things confused when somebody asking them something and somebody telling them something. And when the Most High, when he give us understand, sometimes that's what a father or mother look. No, they don't want nothing more than, hey son, let me show you. Hey daughter, let me show you this. But guess what? If I got to show you the hard way, I'm gonna show you the hard way too. And we got to be, as Israel, we got to be willing to accept both sides of those things to be able to let that flower or let that seed grow in us, man. And that's what we must get our understanding it, because sometimes things may not be said to you easy. But guess what? Listen to the message. Okay, then let me get some understanding. Okay, now I got it. Now we gonna make that thing grow.
Oh, praise. Let's go back to 37.
Verse 37. And sow the fields and plant vineyards, which may yield fruits of increase.
May do what?
And sow the fields and plant vineyards, which may yield fruits of increase.
Of increase. That meaning after this season, it ain't just that's done. Of increase. You're gonna have increase. You're gonna have more than what you need. You're gonna have more than enough. And quit grabbing these other seeds. Seed of the devil.
To decrease.
He said he even multiply. You planting one seed, you come out there, boy, the whole road done. You be like, wait a minute. Multiply. Ready to multiply for you. We be looking at addition. He said, I'll multiply. We be thinking, oh, I just do this, I get this. No, God say, man, just because you did that, I'm gonna multiply it. I'm gonna make it better than you thought that it was. But we got, and one thing I be reading this Bible, no matter where I go, no matter what classes I'm doing, no matter what I'm studying, it comes back to the same thing. Obey these laws.
Yeah.
Obey these law statutes. It no matter what. I can sum it up. When we in this class, like we're gonna do, we can sum it up with obey these laws. When you with your children, your wife, everything, sum it up, make it better by just doing the same thing. Obey these laws. Right. Simple. But they say the law's done away with. When they don't do nothing to produce increase. That's why they tell you they done away with. So you ain't gonna multiply.
Matter of fact, let's go get there. Sirach chapter 1 and verse 19. See, because they don't want the wisdom, man. The increase that the Lord gives. Go to Sirach chapter 1, verse 19. Read that out.
Sirach chapter 1, verse 19. Wisdom rained down skill and knowledge of understanding, and exalted them to honor that hold her fast.
That hold her fast. Because the Most High give us the increase in wisdom. He rains down the wisdom to us. But we got to be doing his laws, statutes, and commandments. Read on now.
The root of wisdom, fear the Lord.
What's the root of wisdom, Mark?
The root of wisdom to fear.
The root that we need to be having our seed planted up into, man. The laws, statutes.
Yeah, because that's what happens. When you got that good root, when you got a good root, the wind blows. Stuff dry out, that root still holds strong. You know, if you got a good root that is hanging on, your fruit gonna stay on that tree. They ain't gonna blow off in the wind and roll down the driveway. So you can drive in there and smash it all up. Now produce more seed. Let's go back. Psalms 107, I think we will start. Keep going.
Verse 38. He blessed them also, so that they are multiplied greatly, and suffered not their cattle to decrease. Again, after affliction and sorrow.
You got after in your book?
Read that again.
I'm sorry, you so right. You know, I got the little hype from where it goes. I'm just thinking the AF was after. So affliction and sorrow.
And see those things right there, they'll kill your garden if you allow it to. We've been oppressed, but we can't sit there and mope about it. White man got me. I don't care what Esau doing. Knock yourself out. Go blow up everybody for all I care. Go poison everybody won't get. That's how we gotta get. We gotta get to the point where man home, whatever. Because oppression will tear you butt up if you allow it to.
You're right, because that's just like the children of Israel when the Most High was sending those plagues to Egypt. And guess what? He was sending all the mosquitoes. And guess what? We over here chilling, but over in Egypt get towed up.
Yeah. And we sitting in Goshen looking at the grass body. That's how we gotta be with the Most High. We stay doing what he doing. Man, they well, you know, they poison the water. Okay. Shoot, I haven't drank none anyway. I'm drinking this word. I ain't gotta worry about it. Because right when I picked the bottle up, the Most High knocked it out of my hand. So you ain't gotta worry about it. That's like I said, all this go back to the same thing, no matter what. That's why I stress it every time y'all hear me teaching this class. I'm gonna tell y'all this every time. It goes back to the directly. Man, just do what I tell you to do. Simple world like we live in today. We got so many distractions. Go ahead, because it's telling you right there. Finish that out again. Say that again. Read that again.
Verse 39. Again, they are diminished and brought low through oppression, affliction, and sorrow.
In this world, that's all they do. Afflict. And especially when we depend on y'all done came up, thought you was finna get there. I'm supposed to be getting $5,000 a month income tax return. And then you got it. Yeah, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get you this. I'm promise everybody everything. And then now you gotta go explain your life. Well, I would go probably next year, you know what I'm saying? I gotta work harder. The government, how many times you go to the doctor to be misdiagnosed? Stuff like that. They done gave every child now, boy, your child got something right. With 3 alphabets in it.
You ain't lying because
ADHD, ABC, yeah. Something wrong, you know, today he got a cough. Yeah, he got DAT. Something, man. They gonna give you something.
But you know, me and McAfee was talking about this probably about a month ago. How they man, what happened to chicken pox? What happened to the meat pox?
Man, I don't know where they go re-up at. But you got these new flus, I don't know. They must have worked out for 5 years. They come back. Yeah, we stronger than we would, you know, now. The flu is getting stronger every year. They changing clothes and everything. They ain't even the same flu as last year. Oh no, they caught me last year. This year, I'm putting this hat on. Yeah, they ain't gonna recognize me this year. They coming up with this stuff, man. They putting them afflictions will hit you. That sickness will hit you.
Matter of fact, let's get Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 61. Y'all know. So they got this super flu.
New flu.
Read that right quick. They're just like I going into. That's a part of the curses, man.
Yeah, it is.
Read that out.
Deuteronomy 28 and 61.
Yeah.
Also, every sickness and every plague.
That super flu. Read on.
Yeah.
Which is not written in the book of this law.
Because we don't read about super flu in the Bible, man. You know, we don't read about AIDS or different type of diseases that's out here, diabetes, sugar, all these different type of things. Read on up.
Then will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
Until we be destroyed. And that's like the #1 killer in the black community, black Hispanic. Diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease. Because guess what? We're not following the dietary laws. Go ahead,
he got the
sugar.
sugar.
Exactly.
He got the sugar.
Yep.
So they maybe give me some sugar. I'm like, what the hell is this sugar?
I used to think they was always in there eating it out the jar. I didn't know. I always thought they was. I'd be like, I ain't never seen Grandpa in there eating out the sugar jar. I was like, he got the sugar. So I don't know. I don't want the sugar. Go ahead. Let's go back to we on 40.
Verse 40. He poured contempt upon princes and caused them to wander in the wilderness, where there is no way.
Go ahead.
Yet setteth he the poor on high from affliction, and it maketh him families like a flock.
Read that again.
Yet setteth he the poor on high from affliction.
He says, setteth he the poor. We the poor. He talking about. He said, I'll set y'all on high, and you ain't got to worry about those afflictions. When you see that flu coming with that cape on, you don't have to worry about it. It's not for you. But you got to be doing what he say do. Go ahead.
And maketh him families like a flock. The righteous shall see it and rejoice.
See, we ain't got to worry about it. If you're doing what the Most High say, you don't got to worry about the oppression. You don't got to worry about afflictions coming. And you ain't got to worry about sorrows, because they call that now depressed. Oh, yeah, they talk you into being depressed.
Right. For real.
You don't even be depressed. Nowadays, you be having a bad day and get out of that depression.
Man, just let me make it, man, today.
When I'm depressed, well, stop. That's what I stop. God dang it. Smile, make yourself happy. Go watch a comedy show or something, man. But you ain't there. They tell you you depressed and you believe. What's wrong with you, man? I'm depressed.
We'll do some push-ups.
Who told you? Give you some medicine to put you in more depression. Give you a pill and now you just really sitting there.
Sluggish.
You can't even say depressed no more. What's wrong with you? I'm trying to tell you, but you ain't got to worry about these things when you in this truth. You don't got to worry about this stuff unless you're doing these, if you're doing these law, statutes, and commandments. They'll give you a name. They'll give you something. What you want? Oh, HIV, here you go. They'll give it to you. But God gonna give you all the good stuff. All that stuff you ain't got to worry about. Stay doing these. I'm gonna keep saying it. It's gonna be in your head when we finish. Anytime I do a class, it's gonna be in your head. Do these law, statutes, and commandments. To learn a little bit, to go manipulate the Israelite women.
Matter of fact, verses say, let's go to Jeremiah 2:33. You know, scripture's gonna cover all things, man. All praise to the Most High. They can't do nothing because the Most High gonna cover everything in His word.
Yep.
Jeremiah 2:33.
Mm-hmm.
Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Mm-hmm.
Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy way.
Because a lot of people get in this walk, they get to trim in their way, and they teach other people how to trim their way. Oh, but you ain't got to do that on the Sabbath. You ain't got to do this right here, and you ain't got to really keep the Sabbath. I thought the scripture said, but no, man, no. Even dealing with our own wives or our own husband, if they go off to do something, you are to obey God rather than man. So whatever the Most High told you to do, that's what you do, man.
And quit trimming your ways. Don't be. Let me just look. You really don't have to do this because he wants something out of it, or vice versa.
That's right.
Can't trim our ways, man. You got to worry about no grasshoppers coming and eating up everything. You ain't got to worry about no frogs up in this coming out your water. Because if you do the law, statutes, and commandments, that's all that other stuff, that's not for you. That's for them. And whenever you go through something, that ain't nothing but a trial. Once I come to this trial, I'm tried in the fire.
That's right.
Let's go back. Where we at? Finish all the way out on that.
The verse 42. The righteous shall see it and rejoice, and all iniquity shall stop her mouth.
No, do what?
The righteous shall.
People are doing these laws, statutes, and commandments. At the end, at the outcome, you're gonna be happy. But if you're not, you ain't gonna have that smile on your face. Whole bottom of your foot, you ain't gonna smile. Go ahead.
Whoso is wise and will observe these things, even they shall understand the loving kindness of the Lord.
And he said, everybody thinking that they smart, because I hear it all the time. All Israel think they so smart. If you that smart, the wise gonna observe these things.
So now, who is the wise according to the Bible? You said it earlier.
Let's see. It's the Israelites.
Yeah, we know that.
Want the precept.
Yeah, the precept. You know we always did the precept.
Psalm 19 and 7.
Oh, pray. That's all I want, man. I want the precept, man.
And like you said, like I said, the wise. Whoso is wise. Y'all should be getting tired of me doing class because we're gonna say the same thing in every last one of them. Do the law, statutes, and commandments. No matter what, I don't care what book we were going to pick them all. It don't matter which one. It's all the same. Do the law, statutes, and commandments. Do the law, statutes, and commandments. Do what I say. You don't do what I say, we gonna this. She gonna have it. She gonna get some. But all right, let's go. What was I at?
Finish that out.
Yeah, go ahead and finish that out.
No.
Oh, did. Well, okay, Deuteronomy 22 and 9.
Wow.
Huh? You said what?
In the spirit, yeah.
Oh, you had?
Yeah.
Oh, praise. I need to watch this time to get into this meat of this part. I wanted to. Yeah, pretty good.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 9. Thou shalt not vineyard with divers seed, lest the fruit.
Hold on. Let me ask one of these men. Because it's got two different meanings. Brother, you right there. What's your name, man? Read it again.
Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with divers seed.
Yeah, it's telling us also, because like when we sow, we ain't supposed to be mixing mingle seed. Because that man done it. I seen him do they take a capsule, put a pomegranate seed, and he put it in with a lemon seed, buried it in the ground. They had a lemon come out with pomegranates in there. And I was like, man, but they want to be like God. Whatever God say do, they won't do. Oh, man, he say don't do that, we going to do it. We don't even know how to grow grass. But at the same time, look, mingling seed also meaning we shouldn't be going with other nations besides the nation of Israel. We shouldn't be mingling with the other nations. We should only be on our own seed with each other. Go ahead. You had something?
Nah, I was gonna say what you wanted the precept for.
No. He asked for precept. That's what I just asked for. This shit, you could explain it to me. But if you got a precept, you got a precept. Let's say go to. In fact, I wanted to go to Sirach.
I ain't finished.
Go ahead, finish it out.
Deuteronomy 22 and 9. Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with divers seed, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown, and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Salaki.
Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with divers seed, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown, and the fruit of
what happens when we go into another nation? We get defiled fruit, some defiled what's name, some stuff that's not what the Most High wants.
Foods that the Most High gave us to eat, and then we go and mix.
Just the fact of mingling it, because when we decided to let me change this up and make something else. Most High said, no, that's defiled. That ain't natural. I didn't make that to do that. Because when I looked at that, I was wondering, that's gotta be the nasty sour thing, but they doing it. Believe me, they mixing everything up. The horse is behind on it. Because they putting everything stuff, man. They in that lab doing things. They trying to be God. Y'all gotta understand. They want to be God. What's natural, they gonna make it unnatural.
Even the woman embracing their hair. When women mix their hair with chemicals, even the men mixing their hair with chemicals. Guess what? If the Lord wanted you to have straight hair, He could have gave you straight hair if He wanted to. He could have easily did that. Hey, because when He make it, guess what? He number you. Because He know the very number of hairs on your head. Okay, he gonna have 47 million hairs on his head, but when he gets 60, he gonna have 27 million hairs on his head.
Yeah.
He numbers those things, man.
And that's another thing. I'm just thought about it. Boy, y'all women better watch out. Sometimes y'all grabbing these weeds sometime and wonder why you got hair on your head. And they be wondering why you acting strange sometimes. Well, take that woman hair out your head. That ain't natural. Don't mingle that either. Cause that, you got some other nation. Don't like their children anyway. That's who hair you got in your head. So I was just thought about that when he was thinking about that.
Yeah.
But
I received also can be doctrine, man.
It's definitely doctrine.
Yeah. You know, you're going into this.
Variety.
Next thing you're going into that one. Now guess what? That seed that you gave with the Bible and then mixed with that other along for this.
We going there too.
Yeah.
Me, I got those.
Now both of them mingle. Now that's watered down. It ain't no good. Neither one of them is nothing. But we already know one ain't good.
Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. We're gonna go in there too. About them different doctrines. Glad to pull that. I'm glad you said that. Go ahead, I'll read it. Just say what you just said.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail.
See, no one of these shall fail. None of these prophecies is gonna fail. So going and getting this book and thinking out like the Quran and the Bible, they don't mix.
Right.
They doing something the most I said, don't be mixing that together. But apparently they got a whole religion with it like that. Because if you ever go talk to a Muslim, they always going to the Bible. A lot of somebody else with that one right there. That don't make no sense. Go ahead, finish this.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate.
None. Ain't nothing you can make. Ain't nothing. Nothing. Hey, we can put it. Hey, I want to see. Somebody bring me a book that do what this do. I give you. I probably got $4 in my wallet. You ain't gonna have. You're not gonna find it. You can be the expert. I'm talking to y'all on YouTube too, Facebook too. Find anybody that can bring something that do what this Bible do. There ain't no mate. Ain't nothing to compare. We ain't supposed to mingle this book. You can filter books through this Bible. Filter.
Right.
That's right. The rest of it, man, what come they don't today.
And you got to watch those filters.
Yeah.
You got to watch, matter of fact, they go to 12 and 12, because we got to cover all things, man. See, because sometimes people, they get into, well, this book right here, it says something about the Bible, so now it's match up with it. No, just because it said it's a whole bunch of books talk about the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mean that book goes with the Bible, though. Read that. Oh, y'all precept.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 12.
Money shall make you many books, man. Read on.
There is no end.
It said there is no end. Read on.
And much study is a weariness of the flesh.
This is a weariness of your flesh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this is the filter, man. This here is the guideline. This right here is the end all be all right here. You want to know something? All your questions get answered right here. You can go through the history on different books, but to your guideline in your life and your wisdom that you need to have is through the Bible, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it has commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
He said, in the spirit is again, the Most High put this together for you to get some basic instructions before leaving this planet or leaving Earth or getting out of this kingdom. But boy, our people don't want to do it. Oh, that dude told us at camp. But he was exactly right. The Bible gave it to us straight and plain. Our people don't want it. Let me hold on. Let me see if I can make my own way. You ever been around them people? That, you know what I'm saying? They go buy something from the store, like a bookshelf. Bookshelf got plain instructions. They put the instructions to the side and start fixing the bookshelf. Then tell the wife, you know, I didn't want that middle shelf. No, because you missed the middle shelf because you didn't follow the direction. But they'll be like, I remember that dude. That lady said, my kids ain't finna swing on that. No, boy, and he gave us, just like he gave us a nice little instruction book. We done put it to the side and say, hold on, figure this out. Yeah. Give me that Quran. I mean, we just got some other directions. Or we turned the paper over, reading them in Spanish or Chinese, and we don't speak it, trying to figure it out. No, your instructions right here. Read them, do them, follow them. We finished on that one? Okay, let's go to Isaiah. Sirach 26 and 19. Let me go here right quick. Let's go ahead and go to Mark chapter 4. Let me go ahead and get into this other part before we have to stop. And I really wanted to bring this part out. A sowing of his seed. Who in there be sowing some seed? Should be all kind of hands up. So y'all just don't, y'all garden just raggedy, just got it sitting in the backyard. Talking about, I ain't gonna see my garden and ain't got nothing dirt.
Thought you had a garden, man. Well, it's been a growth.
As soon as I put some seeds in there. Man, then I can't get a cucumber or nothing. Let's go. Let's go to let's start at
the book of Mark. Hearken, behold, there went out a sower to sow. And it came to pass, as he sowed, some fell by the wayside.
That's one thing I know now. This can't be talking about none of y'all, because none of y'all sowed nothing. So it ain't talking about y'all. So who sowed? Sisters, y'all don't sow? Okay. Golly, boy. Y'all just sitting in the garden, just playing in the dirt. Go ahead.
I think what they doing, you didn't see, you missed it. They did.
Go up in their garden where they got castles and sand castles. No fruit, no none of that. Go ahead.
And it came to pass, as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and the fowls of the air came and devoured it up.
They said some fell by the wayside. So sometimes tell them, I gotta tell them, I never led by the Spirit. Just gotta. I understand. Not be want to tell everybody, but I know the most I literally be telling. Nah, I don't even say nice. I go to the job. You thinking this brother, we cool. And you get the, Esau was being told he don't like white people. And then you finna get fired because you just tossing seed all over the place. Sometimes don't even know. Take your time, sow your seed where the Most High tell you to sow your seed. Be patient. Have an ear to hear and learn by the word of this Bible. When you hear outside of this Bible, Man, some of y'all will be sowing seeds on the top of the building. Because that's where philosophy takes you. Everywhere but where it's supposed to go.
What Ak is going into, Captain Jerubal did this class probably about a year ago, going into the 4 different types of Israelites.
Right.
Any brother know what they are before we get started? What you got to provide?
Yeah, according with the scripture, the first Israelite, the soul of the word. The second Israelite, if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, some people have no that was the second.
Yeah,
Israelite.
just in a smaller frame.
I can't explain.
Okay.
We'll
Go ahead,
we go ahead and get it
But
out.
I understand.
Yeah, okay.
Come on that.
And you can finish it. Go to now. First, give me Psalms 140 and 5. I appreciate that a little bit.
What?
140 and verse 5.
Psalm chapter 140, verse 5. The proud have hid a snare for me, and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside.
They did what?
They have spread a net by the wayside.
Some of that y'all spreading it on the side, they getting snatched up by the wayside because it's traps on the wayside. It's all kind of other little stuff on the wayside. So sometimes you can't just be running and just tossing seed all over the place. Read.
They have set gins for me.
They set gins for them. Even a lot of times when you sold to somebody else and you be wondering why they didn't get it. Well, some of them get it. Because a lot of times we lost the ability of them after that. Because the watering comes, the Most High said, I'll water it. Most High said, I ain't watering that. I don't want that in my garden. Sometimes, a lot of times, y'all be wondering, how come they don't get it? How come Most High didn't call them to? They'll fall to the wayside. He doing it. I sold. He said he watered. Did not say that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's go back.
Mark chapter 4, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
And some on stony ground, where it had not much earth. And immediately it sprang up because it had no depth of earth.
You said, see, it didn't have much earth. Like I said, some people tossing it all on the sidewalk. And it ain't coming up. It ain't. Now, if you got a mustard seed, it probably would. Mustard seed, you throw a tiny piece of mustard seed on the side of a rock, it'll grow. That's the parable, but we'll get in that parable another time. But let's go over to Mark. Let's stay in Mark 4.
Look, let me touch on that.
Yeah,
Even going into that stony ground, because like we say, some seeds you got to have a good foundation to plant it in. Like we say, what foundation should we be planted on? Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 11.
Praise.
You know, a lot of times, just like I was going into, a lot of times, you know, things don't bring forth fruit because the foundation is not laid right.
1 Corinthians 3 and 11. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahushua.
Which is who?
Which is Yahushua.
So guess what? We have to lay our foundation upon Yahushua. Now, a lot of times brothers reject that knowledge, but that's why you see them in all different type of doctrines. Don't have a good understanding of the scriptures because their foundation is out of whack. You know, they not on a good foundation. Read on up.
Now, if any man build upon this foundation, gold.
Guess what? If we build on the correct foundation, you'll build you a nice mansion, man, a nice kingdom, a nice temple. But if you're trying to lean on your own understanding, guess what, man? You're gonna have a little shack, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah, let me go back. I meant to take y'all some more before we go over there. Let's go back to Mark 4 and 14.
The book of Mark, chapter 4.
And this is talking about the seed that was thrown, that was on the wayside. But go ahead.
Mark 4:14. The sower soweth the word.
When we out here, a lot of times we sit out there and you sow the word. You talking to the brother listening or the sister listening, and they getting it and all that, and they're like, man. But then this is what happens. Go ahead.
And these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown.
Like a lot of times, sometimes you might be talking to brothers, and there be people around that hear what you're saying. The word is being sown. And they like, man, I never heard that. Listening to it. They, okay, that's good. And y'all always notice this might happen too. Go ahead.
But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts.
Somebody, it happens to us 24/7 out there when we out on the street. You'll sow that word. A lot of times, some of y'all sow word. They'll leave from y'all presence, go into somebody else's presence, and be excited and say something to them. And guess what happened? Man, that's some bull crap, something. And they already gone. Just that easy.
And a lot of times, excuse me, Salaki, you know, and sometimes it's Esau out there because they'd rather hurt Esau than to hurt their own people.
Yeah.
We like, brother, we have your best interests at heart. We say, shoot, a lot of times our people love their oppressor, man. You know, Stockholm syndrome at its finest, man. You know, go ahead.
Yeah, that's like if they had our interest. Think about it, man. We've been over here, what, 400-500 years, and we still use the first such and such, the first black this. How is it 500 years and you still got the first black this and the first black that? Wow, 500 years, and we still up there. And then we up there proud. Yeah, man, I'll be mad in the mud. Yeah, you're the first black congressman. God, all this time. No. That's all I needed on that one. Now we can go back to 5 of Mark 4 and 5.
Mark chapter 4, verse 5. And some fell on stony ground, where it had not much earth. And immediately it sprang up because it had no depth of earth.
Mm-hmm.
But when the sun was up, it was scorched. Because it had no root, it withered away.
It withered away. And just sit now. Go ahead and go over to over here, and it explains it over in the other part. So that's what I'm doing. That's all we're doing.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
4 and 16. Are they likewise which are sown on stony ground?
Oh, I'm an Israelite. Oh man, I'm happy. Hey, I'm happy. Hey. And y'all get that too. You know what I'm saying? When you find out somebody be excited, I'm an Israelite. Tell them to come to class. I don't know about that. Gotta go. You gotta do something. You mean I gotta go do some stuff? Oh man. And they got another excuse to go do something else. Go ahead, Al. You finished? No.
17.
Yeah.
And have no root in themselves, and so endure, but for a time afterward.
They'll be in it for a little bit. They'll be in it for a second. They'll come to class one time, don't another time. Well, you know, not this Sabbath, next Sabbath, not this feast day, in it for a little bit. And how long that's gonna be? We trying to get the kingdom forever, but you worried about this little bitty time right there. Little bitty time. I don't care how long you live. You can be lived to 100. That ain't nobody, a little small amount of time compared to the Most High's time. Right. And you worried about that little time that he said those that endure it to the end.
1 John chapter 3, verse 18. Let's go to this precept real quick. We'll get back to Captain Maccabee. Because I know a lot of times, even like how he's going into, a lot of times our people love in word. We love to just use words. You know, but when it comes to that action, you know, others ain't about that action, boss. You know, read that out, like Officer Yara would say. Read that out. First action.
1 John chapter 3, verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word.
You to be about it, man. Because like we say, love is an action word. We showing the Most High God we love him through our actions, not just action. Go ahead, Pastor McAbee.
All praise. Let's go back to Betty. Go to Proverbs 12:3.
But the root of the righteous shall not be moved.
Oh, boy, say that again.
A man shall not be established by wickedness.
And when you got righteous and you doing these law, statutes, and commandments, your root can't be just burned up or tossed out. It stands firm. It's like what we say. We do what's that? Proverbs 28:1. That we always go. You ain't never seen a lion just be scary. And the lion be like, whoa. This ain't Wizard of Oz, man. Lions ain't finna do that.
So let me
Stomp at that lion and see what happens.
Matter of fact, well, I've been dying to pull this priest, man. That's shoot. Why you think Christ is the Lion of Judah, man?
Exactly.
I'm gonna read this precept to see why. This thing have me crunk, ready to teach out here, man. Ready to go to camp.
The book of Proverbs chapter 30, verse 30. A lion which is strongest among beasts.
Not from nothing.
Anybody can get it.
Anybody, man. I wish we had that clip, man. Y'all know I watch a lot of National Geographic and the History Channel.
Oh yeah.
It had this pride of lion. It was outstanding.
Oh yeah.
When he came upon the scene, man.
And he don't even do water. And then they I remember that, but they get back. And I remember that one they pulled they pulled and bold. Can't nobody come with that bull crap with some other little doctrine and have you throw it off somewhere else. You should be like, no, wait a minute. The Bible say this. Yeah, but no. The Bible say this. It's like you can go back in that Christian church that you was in the other day, and I set it all off. What scripture is that, Pastor? He gonna be telling the Ursas. Get him up out of here. You ask me, that's too serious of a question. What scripture is that? That's all it takes. Did you ask something, brother?
We was talking about the lines.
That's what a lion do, because a lion gonna take care. Even just like one lion, if some more lions come, and that one lion got a pride, a whole congregation, that lion finna stand up and rise up. I don't care what anybody can come over. That lion's finna protect his own, man.
Can't even kill me till I tell you you can't. Yeah, I'll give y'all permission before you can kill me. Remember, he burnt out a couple of places. No, it ain't my time yet. I gotta go. Let them out there look for see whoever they got to. And then when it was his time, he was like, yeah, hey, Peter, don't worry about it, man. He put his ear back on.
Pray to the Father, he give me 12 legions of angels.
Yeah.
He can do this. He said, no, but that was the time for him to go.
Yeah.
Mark, the thorns grew up and choked it, and it yielded no fruit.
Oh, boy. I'll go over here to the hood. Get my homeboys up out there, man. They over there. And then they know, you over there smoking dope with them. Playing in them thorns, man. They pricking you. Sometimes, man, be careful what you look at your surroundings, man. Before you just get to darting off. Let's go to Jeremiah 4:3 right quick.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, verse 3. For thus said the Lord to the men of Judah and Jerusalem, break up your fallow ground, and sow not among thorns.
Do what?
Break up your fallow ground and sow not among thorns.
You know what that's saying? When you're breaking up fallow ground, that means hard and raggedy ground with all kind of weeds. That means to get out there before you even plant your seed, you tend the ground. You dig the ground up, take the grass out and get rid of the thorns before you put your plant. Y'all need to be. And they'll start eating you up. Nah, you rake the ground. You can get somebody else by the side. Or they, like your family members. Don't go to the family reunion and trying to push it on all them. It'll be a family member sitting out to the side, ask you. He was like, "Hey man, why you wearing that?" And everything. I got him over here. Now times, we got in this too. We was some bad actors, even being that job. They wasn't even a religion. We was making a religion by trying to force them. No, we just gonna plant a seed and tend to the garden.
Remember, even like how we read in it's going to accomplish what it was supposed to do. So it may sit on the brother or sister head for a few days, maybe a few weeks, maybe a few months, maybe in a few years. But a lot of times, if they wanted the Most Highs, guess what? He ain't gonna lose not one understanding of that. Even brothers, while we out there, brothers starting to grow up to teach out there on the streets. A lot of times, people are not gonna receive the word right off the bat. Don't get discouraged with that thing, because guess what? We got the scriptures, and more importantly, we have the experience. Start to come up, start to teach.
Because some of your biggest sin is truth now. What's the biggest scoffers that you like, man? God. When you see them in the truth, boy, you talking about, man, if I could do a backward flip, a somersault, boy, I'd be, oh my goodness. That's when you see the Most High work. But you ain't got to force it on them. Just tell them and go. Tell them and go. Tend to the garden. Let's go back. Let's finish this out.
Mark chapter 4, verse 18. And these are they which are sown on thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things entering in.
They would show they want to be at the All-Star game, whatever's going on. Where is everybody at? That's where I want to be. They like this word. That's what's stopping them. They can't hear because, man, I hear what you're saying.
They want to live their best life.
Yeah, but they doing this over there. I hear what you're saying, but Judy got a party. I don't even want to say it. Everything. But let's see what Yahweh said. Remember what he said? Judy, she having a party?
15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
So some of these places you sowing your ground on people that don't even, they don't care. They love this world. Like that brother said. What? I got a sports car.
What kind of sports car you?
See, I mentioned BC, he just said, I said, yeah, you probably got a 3-cylinder. But that brother is saying everything in America is good to him because he gotta come out. So all is well for you Negroes, because the brother gotta come out. Everything good.
Give me that chapter 16, verse 15.
Go ahead,
right
break it down.
Because even when Yahweh Shah, Lord and Savior, like I say, was constantly cutting up the scribes and Pharisees. Because this is one of the things that they dealt in. Read that, Officer Yar.
Luke 16:15. And he said of his co-workers,
read on up.
But God knoweth your heart.
But the Most High really know your hearts and your thoughts and your intents. Read on up.
For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God.
Man, that Camaro is an abomination to the Most High.
He gotta be 8 though. You got a V6. You should have bought the V8. But let's go back. I'm glad you brought that up, man.
4, verse 8. And other fell on good ground and did yield fruit that sprang up and 60, and some and 100.
Them the ones that now you done sowed that seed. They done heard what you had to say. They done went and start researching this thing. Guess what? They find out and they know they got to go do these commandments. And now they done went back. They ain't take no time. They said, man, forget that. You see him in class now. You'll see him in the class next year. And the year after that. That's when it's sold on good ground. Angels up there having a party. They ain't up there. In fact, they probably pouring it down on our head.
Matter of fact, let's go get that Luke.
Keep the commandment.
Let's go get that. Yeah, Luke 15:10. Part, man, when the brother and sister, when one of them repent, read it out.
Luke chapter 15, verse 10. Likewise, I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner that repents.
Man.
That's right. So one, when you repented, guess what, man? Them angels, man. Guess what? Just like, man, we glad to see all praises, man, brother and sister. All praises, sister, to be them angels doing the same thing that we doing here. They doing the same thing. All praises.
And that's when you sold on that good ground. But like I said, you know what's in your garden if you tend to your garden. You know what you done planted. But you gotta tend to your garden. Keep yourself straight. Clean yourself out. Clean your garden up. So when you're going out there, you obey these commandments. Now when you sowing seed, you sowing good seed. And you got to plant the seed. I mean, I don't, you seed all on, on the sidewalk. It ain't, we wonder, how come I ain't got nothing growing in the garden? Because then all that seed you toss, none of it hit the dirt. It's all over the place. And don't owe some over there. To the basic instruction the Most High gave us. On everything y'all do, it's got instruction.
This last one in verse 20, and some bring forth fruit. What is that fruit? Anybody got a precept? What is the fruit of the Spirit?
But you ask the Christian what is.
Hold on before you ask that. Go ahead and read it.
Yeah,
Go ahead and read it.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, my man.
But go ahead
and receive it and bring forth fruit. Some 30-fold, 60, and some and 100.
Good, now you go.
Give me that and good luck. What any brother know the precept to that? What you got about?
I was gonna tell you, Christ is the first fruit.
Yeah, we know he's the first fruits, but what's the fruit of the Spirit?
I bet you
Galatians 5:22, right?
Yeah, let's read that precept, Bob.
Yeah, the Christian can tell.
The Spirit is the things that should be sown in you.
Galatians 5:22.
Y'all make sure y'all write these things down. Don't be afraid to write in your Bible. I know a lot of times you probably had heard that growing up in church. Oh, don't write in the Bible. Don't. It's okay to write in your scriptures. Like a lot of times when you're reading it, you want to read it in context and you have the scriptures. Hey, it's okay. Read that out.
Galatians 5:22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, temperance. Such there is no law.
So when you're doing these things in the fruit of the Spirit, guess what? There is no law, because guess what? You are already keeping the law.
Guess what? And also in the deeper aspect, there's no law against it. There's no law against love and joy and peace and long suffering. What law can you bring forth to say that there is no law, man? Read on up.
That's it on that. Go ahead. Yeah, for real. We'll jump down to verse 20 of Captain Nehemiah's class Wednesday. Constantly be living and walking in the Spirit, man. When you're doing that, man, guess what? You in the Spirit.
Man, you keeping them laws. That's what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing. Same thing, goes back to it. Let's go to Psalms 97 and 11. We're about to wrap this up with two last scriptures.
I mean,
Two last scriptures. 97 and 11. Psalms 97 and 11.
the book of Psalms, chapter 97, verse 11. Light is sown for the righteous, and gladness for the upright in heart.
It says light is sown for the righteous. What's light? Is these laws, statutes, commandments. That is sown for righteousness. If you want to reap righteousness, if you want.
Yeah, we know that. What you got, brother? Yes. Deuteronomy 6 and 25.
Oh, praises. And that's the one. It's the last one. Leviticus 26 and 5. And after
26.
yeah, 26 and 5.
Leviticus chapter 26, verse 5. And your threshing shall reach, and ye shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell in your land safely.
Now look, if we wait and it said the benefit, when time doing, like we said, in due season, that fruit come up. We'll be able to eat of that fruit. If anybody got in there, everybody. Sowing what?
Seed.
What's the seed?
Law, statute, and commandments.
There you go. At the end of Passover class, what's it gonna be? Anything in this Bible, what?
Law, statute, and commandments.
Genesis,
Law, statute, and commandments.
Leviticus,
Law, statute, and commandments.
Revelation,
Law, statute, and commandments.
same thing. All the way through. Can't express it more. He expresses so much, he tell you 1,000 times. He know what's no, don't get it the first time. So he got to keep telling. And like I got to tell my son to take the trash out at least 5 times before we do it. The most I got to do it with us. Obey my law, statutes, and commandments. Obey my law, statutes, and commandments.
That's it. Over and over again.
He come back in there and we still at the TV flicking channel. He going, hey, obey my law, statutes, and commandments before I get the belt out.
No,
And he come back in there now and he's making a sandwich. And he said, come back. Then when that belt hit us, pow! Then we scream and cry.
oh, now you feel like somebody did you wrong.
Yeah. Up there with that. What is it? Father God, he wrong.
Your affliction, you'll see one you already full. Diversity.
Praise. Go ahead and read that out.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 9.
Yeah, y'all write these laws down. So y'all don't be putting it on us. When Most High, he didn't. Your book, his book. Oh yeah, I got this one.
Gave a
We
law every
did
class.
tell him that. We did tell him that. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 22 and 9. Thou shalt look thy seed which thou hast sown, and fruit of thy vineyard be defiled.
And that's another thing the brother brought out earlier. I didn't get into it. I wanted to go ahead and also. And all this so wind of doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, check your Bible. Ain't nothing wrong with listening to what somebody got to say. Fact of the matter is, just. And if you don't got to understand it, get counseling on understanding of what you just heard. So you can know for sure without a shadow. Okay, that's what that is. And go ahead with the closing. Let you.
Those is on Facebook, man. Thank you. Those is on Facebook, on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. And those is gonna give to the GoFundMe page. That money will be used according to how the Most High will, not our own will. And
Brothers and sisters, man, help us push this truth, man. Like we always say, share the videos, call if y'all have any questions or any concerns, but more important, to the four corners of the earth, let's make sure we're doing our part in helping to restore the 12 tribes of Israel.
And